into 2010, I think. And one of the ministers at the church called me and was like, yo, can you do some comedy at the New Year's Eve event? And that was the first time I wrote jokes that had nothing to do with the church. Because when I was doing jokes at the church, I would be cracking jokes about people in the church or, you know what I mean? But this time I was like, oh, I'm actually writing jokes that have nothing to do with church. So I did that. And I still wasn't thinking I'm gonna be a comedian. I was just like, oh, this is fun. You know, my pastor created an event, like a First Fridays type event called The Uprising. So he had me host that. So now I'm doing jokes there. And then at this time, my church was directly across the street from the Punchline on Arden and Hop. So I was like, we're just gonna go and see what happened. I had the girl I was with at the time, she was like calling the club, trying to book dates. Like, my boyfriend's a comedian, and how can he? I don't know why I made it sound like a white girl. I don't know why I did that, but she wasn't. She wasn't black woman. She was not a white girl. I promise you. Like, oh, sell out. That's not. She wasn't. Cuss on here.
What's that? Yeah, go ahead.
So can we cuss in here? You want to keep it clean?
Want, man? No, cuss as much as you want.
All right, cool. So I'm at the motherfucking church, right?
There you go.
The motherfucking pastor gonna tell me. But nah, so then we was she was calling the club and doing that. So then I went and did the comedy at the Punchline. And that's the first time I did like comedy, like, and I was like, oh, okay. And it went so well the first time. I was like, oh, I think HBO was gonna call me. Like HBO, I think that's how it worked. Yeah,
okay,
I think
HBO got you on speed dial.
Yeah, I'm like, I think Comedy Central is about to. I don't think I should go to work tomorrow. I think I'm for sure Chris Rock heard about this. He had to. How did he not hear about my 7-minute set at the Comedy Club in Sacramento? I'm for sure that Lorne Michaels heard this and he wants me on SNL. This has to be how it works.
You think it's closed circuit? They got the Punchline Sacramento closed circuit.
Yeah, I was like, yo, he had to hear about the showcase. I mean, Eddie Murphy had to have heard about this by now. And they didn't.
Okay.
But yeah, that was like the start of it. And you know, there's a lot more details and a lot more things that happen in between that, but that's the gist of how it started.
Okay. So I got something here that says that Black Twitter just posted about if Richard Pryor had a Twitter account, what would he be saying about the current climate of politics and just the going ons of, you know, the world right now. What would Richard Pryor be saying right now?
He'd be saying a lot. And you know, so the interesting thing is, I don't think he'd be saying anything on Twitter. I think he'd be saying it all on stage.
Okay.
Like the comics from that time, if you notice, they don't tweet. Dave Chappelle don't be tweeting. Eddie Murphy don't be tweeting. Bill Cosby, you can't tweet in prison. No. So but I think he would be on stage just telling the truth. His truth, how he's seen it. And that's the dope part about comedy. That, you know, that was the one thing. All of the early lessons I got in comedy was people telling me to tell the truth. Like, yo, just tell the truth. You want to hear a dope story? Speaking of Richard Pryor?
Go ahead.
Relating to that? So June 2nd or June 4th. I don't remember the exact date. This is game 1, NBA Finals 2015. The first time the Warriors played the Cavs.
Okay.
Right? San Francisco, I'm at Cobb's Comedy Club. The show is me and Dave Chappelle. That's all that's on the show. It's me and Dave Chappelle. Now, do the show. It's fantastic. Like, great show. Show sells out in 20 minutes. They must have heard I was gonna be there. After the show, we in the green room. So it's like me, Chappelle, obviously, Rob Schneider's in there.
Mm-hmm.
Like people's beautiful women, is music playing, is fruits and berries. This is a great time, right? Mm-hmm. Now there's a guy in there. His name is Cecil Brown. You ever heard of Cecil Brown?
I never heard of Cecil Brown.
Okay, no. Cecil Brown is a professor. He's a professor at Stanford and Cal, I believe.
Okay.
He's also was really close friends with Richard Pryor. He wrote a book called Pryor Lives.
Okay.
And he also, there's a documentary on Pryor called Omit the Logic. Have you seen that?
I have not.
Okay, it's on Stars or Showtime, but it's called Omit the Logic. And but Cecil Brown is all through that documentary, like talking. It's a dope doc. If you ever get a chance to watch it, it's some years old. It's dope. Mm-hmm. But the point of this story was, we all talking. Cecil's talking to me after the show, and he was like, "Let me tell you something, man. What I loved about your comedy so much," he's talking to me. He said, "What I loved about your comedy so much, man, is beyond it just being funny, you're a truth teller." And he said, "Just comedy is the last form of truth telling, because you can disguise the truth or hide it with punchlines, but you can still tell the truth." And it was like, you are a truth teller. He said, "I love that about you." He said, "I'll never stop telling the truth." Then he pointed, he said, "That motherfucker right there is a truth teller." He pointed to Dave. And he said, "Pryor was a truth teller." And he said, "You a truth teller. And don't you ever lose that."
Okay.
And yeah, that was one of those nights that was like, what? Where am I? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. Like you got those nights when you're doing stuff like, oh, okay, it's working out.
Yeah, it's almost like a dream.
Yeah, like I think I'm doing some things right. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I think Richard Pryor would be wherever he'd be telling the truth about it. Okay. And it would be hilarious, and it'd just be, and that, because that's the thing. And this is one of the issues with all forms of entertainment. I don't know if it's a problem, but it does compromise art, which is once too much money and business get involved. So you have a lot of comics, no matter what level they're at, they are afraid to say things because they feel it may hurt their brand or hurt an endorsement or hurt movie opportunities, or so everybody's like tiptoeing around the truth. Nobody wants to just tell the truth. Mm-hmm. And Pryor just at that time just didn't give a fuck about offending you as long as he felt like he was telling the truth. Mm-hmm. And Dave is in that same lane. So it's like, yeah, I think Pryor would be somewhere telling the hilarious truth.
Yeah. So when, to talk about Dave Chappelle, so when he left his show, it was because he couldn't tell the truth no more. Is that what you're thinking? Because he left a lot of money on the table.
You know why Chappelle is so respected right now?
Because he did that?
Not just did it, he really did it and went away. Mm-hmm. Like when he went away, he didn't make an announcement and beg people he just left. Mm-hmm. He said, "I would just rather not be in this game than to play it your way."
Yeah.
And then came back and got more money. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like it's like, so I seen the first time I had met him was 2011. I'm a brand new comic, right? He was at the Sacramento Punchline. Mm-hmm. And he was there. It was a Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Most comics expect and no comic comes to Sacramento and does a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Mm-hmm. You do Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But no one says, "Yeah, I'll be through there on Monday." Mm-hmm. And done the weekend or the week, right? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I came Tuesday and I came Wednesday. Tuesday, I go and like I said, I'm a new comic. I text the club manager at the time saying, yo, is it cool if I come to the show? He said, you can't sit down, but I can get you in the building. You got to stand up against the wall. Mm-hmm. Whatever, because he was there a year before that, and I stood outside the club and listened with my ear to the window for 2 hours.
Wow.
It was a crazy night. It was Mikey Winfield hosting, and then Godfrey, and then Kevin Hart, and then Dave Chappelle. That was the show.
Wow. Damn, that's a lineup.
And I stood outside the window like this, and I was listening for 2 hours. Because Kevin Hart was in town because he was performing at the theater the next night. Mm-hmm. This was 2010. It was a long time ago, right? Mm-hmm. So now I'm like, if I'm in the building, I don't care. Yeah, I'll stand wherever, bro. I'll be a bartender. Yeah, I'll be making drinks. I don't care what you want me to do. If I'm in the building, I'm in the building. Mm-hmm. So this is 2011, and he was real mysterious after 2005. It's like people didn't really see him. Once he left the show, it was like people who seen him was like, no, he was really here. Like, he was like that. He still don't take a lot of pictures and do all that kind of stuff. So after the show, everybody leave. He don't take pictures, none of that. He goes straight to the green room. He chill with his people, wait for the whole club to clear out, and then they kick it. He got DJ, everybody kicking. I'm just waiting. I'm going to wait for someone to tell me I have to leave. I'm not just going to leave. Mm-hmm. Everybody's gone. And the manager's like, yeah, you good. You can kick it. And then one of the workers is like, dude, he must really rock with you. He don't let nobody stay here like this. When some like days here. So I'm there. Now I'm there. So then my boy JR was working there. It's like, yo, have you met Dave before? I said, no. He said, come on, I'll introduce you to him. So now he introducing me to Dave, and now we talking. And he was like, it was weird because, he was like, asking me all these questions, like how you like comedy? Is you having fun with it? And I was like, nigga, I got the question. Like, my life is not that interesting. I promise you. Yeah. I have questions, man. Yeah. I want to know some stuff. So, he's just real cool dude. And then that was one of those moments that happened to you. It happens, I think, to everybody early on in whatever journey you went, because they said he was crazy. They said he was on crack, all that. This is 2005. And now I'm talking to him when I know crackheads, and he's not on crack. And I know crazy people. He wasn't crazy. So I was like, and everything you say you want from this industry, he had it and walked away from it. Mm-hmm. So now you got to ask yourself, what do you want from this industry? Because you're talking to a sane, smart person who walked away. Mm-hmm. So it makes you prioritize things, right? So I'm talking about we was there till at least 4:30 in the morning, just kicking in the club. I got to go to work at 8 in the morning. I still got a day job, but there's no way I'm going home. I don't got no more sick time or nothing, but yeah. I'm not going home. It's not going to happen. Now everybody's leaving, right? Everybody get into the limo. They go out That's the first time I knew that there was a back door. I had no idea it was a back door that celebrities go through. I've been going through this peasant door the whole time, not knowing that once you make a certain amount of money, there's no way you can walk through that front door. You'll get poverty on you. It's disgusting. You gotta go through this back door. So the regulars can't speak to you. Mm-hmm. So everybody goes like, yo, where am I at? I didn't know this place existed. Go out this back door. They all get into the limo. And I'll never forget this part. They all get into the limo. And I'm looking like, I want to get into the limo. Because I said that. I think they said they was going to the casino. I'm like, I want to go to, I don't even gamble, but I'm like, I want to go to the casino. I want to hang out. No lie, but I promise you. I walk to my car. I'm walking to my car, but I'm looking at the limo with the slow walk, like.
Yeah. They gonna call me. They're gonna call me. I'm thinking
they're gonna say, "Hey, Brad, you rolling?" Oh, I thought you never asked.
Yeah.
When I get to my car, there's probably like a 95 Astro van. And it honked at me. And it was Dave driving the Astro van.
Oh,
He's
wow.
like, good night, nigga.
Oh, shit.
I was like, he's sending everybody in the limo. So if people want to follow the limo thinking there's somebody in it, but he goes off in the Astro van just to have his peace and quiet.
Mm-hmm. That is great. That is a great story.
Yeah, man.
Oh, man. All right, Lance Woods. You ready to play some games?
Let's play some games, cut.
All right. So this is an easy one. Top 5. So your top 5, Lance Woods, comedian of Sacramento, top 5 comedies of all comedics of all time.
My top 5 comedians of all time?
Yes.
This is just stand-up we talking, right?
You can go wherever you want to go.
Okay, I'm gonna give you my top 5 stand-up comedians. That's where we're going. Lance Woods, top 5 stand-up comedians. Here we go. They're not in no order either. They're just the 5. Richard Pryor, Dave Chappelle, Tony Roberts.
All right.
Patrice O'Neal.
Oh, yeah.
Mitch Hedberg.
Ooh.
Those the 5 people.
Okay.
Richard Pryor.
All right.
Dave Chappelle. Tony Roberts.
Okay.
Patrice O'Neal. Mitch Hedberg.
Who's Mitch Hedberg?
That 5 is so hot, my hand is on fire. That
Who's Mitch Hedberg? You got that's the only one I didn't know.
That's a high 5. Mitch Hedberg is I believe Mitch was from the Midwest. He was like this comic man. He passed away in like maybe 08, I believe. I don't know the exact year he passed away. He was this real awkward white dude. He wears sunglasses on stage. He had this long hair that would cover his face. He was like breaking all of the comedy rules. They tell you don't put your head down when you're talking. He'd be talking like this. They tell you to make sure your joke tied together, and none of it. The last joke had nothing to do with the joke before. And he would just have these like great one-line jokes or just great observations, man. That was just brilliant, man. Like Mitch Hedberg say jokes like, he said, I like rice. Rice is good when you hungry and you want 2,000 of something. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, jokes like I love Mitch Hedberg jokes, man. When I'm trying, it's so many, man. And I don't like repeating people's jokes too, because they never sound good when you recite them. But like he said, I like escalators because they can never be broken. If they're broke, they're just stairs. So it's like, something like the escalator sign had like a
all right.
It's like a escalator out of order, temporarily stairs. Sorry for the convenience.
Okay.
Yeah, he just had these real witty jokes like that, man.
All right, I gotta look him up later.
Yeah,
okay.
man.
All right, so top ways. This doesn't have to be a top 5, but top ways to slide in somebody's DMs. Lance Woods.
The best way to slide in somebody's DMs is with your thumbs. That's how I do it. I take my thumbs and I slide head first. And
what are you looking for when you slide into them DMs? What did you just see when you like, oh, I gotta get up in these DMs?
So check this out. I've never just slid in somebody's DMs just looking at their pictures and saying, you know what, let me acknowledge her. I've never done that. And there's nothing wrong with it. I just don't. Like I don't know. It always I don't give people the opportunity to play me. You know what I mean? Like I need some kind of segue. So maybe I might look at her stories and she might post something and I may comment on that and we'll ease into the DMs, right? Or, she might comment on something I posted laughing and then we'll start a conversation from there. But I never looked at the picture like she is so beautiful. I need to tell her.
So they gotta be in the comments or or something like that.
Yeah, something gotta happen first.
They and not even from her.
Like she don't have to. No, she don't have to initiate the conversation, but something has to be like for me to just or that's happened. Like I've met somebody because I meet a lot of people. So like I might meet somebody like this happened the other day actually. I did a show online. I did a Zoom show and a bunch of people followed me from the show, and then I was like, message like, "Oh, thanks so much for coming to the show and follow." And then, she might respond from there, and that might spawn a conversation. But other than that, I'm just not the dude to get on Instagram or Facebook and be like, "Oh, you're pretty. Guess I'm gonna tell you about that." And like,
okay,
yeah, I'm gonna tell you what I did do. So check this out. I used to do this, right?
Okay.
Kids, do not try this at home. So I was producing a show at the Punchline out here for many years. It's Landswood and Friends. It used to be crazy, right? So I would have a certain amount of tickets that I would say, I'm just going to use this as a guest list, right? So let's just say I said, okay, I'm going to give away 30 tickets for this show, 20, whatever. I was on all the dating sites, Tinder, Bumble, Plenty of Fish, Christian Mingle, all of them. And I was swiping right on everybody. And then when we would match, I would just say, "Yo, how you doing, beautiful? I got a comedy show this Sunday, 7:00. I got 2 tickets for y'all. Love if you would come out on me." And they would come, right?
Okay.
One show, no lie. You know when something's going on or like a meet and greet and someone will be talking. So when someone's talking, right? Like say, there's like a people taking pictures. There's a line to take the pictures, but then there's a separate line of people who feel like our conversation is going to be a little more personal, right?
Bless you.
You can take care of that in the edits. We can take the sneeze out in post-production.
We're not in the same room. You can sneeze all you want here.
You can't sneeze in 2021. People think you got it.
Oh, man.
You got to hold in your sneeze for 3 weeks till you get by yourself. Sneezing is like masturbating now. You got to do it in private. With the door closed, with a candle lit, and the window open.
Sleeping.
Everybody got to be asleep. Have you? I wasn't doing nothing. Well, I invited all those people from the dating sites. So now I got 11 girls at the show who all think we on a personal date. So after the show, all of these girls just sitting around waiting like, "Oh my God, thank you." But they all think we about to go do something after. I'm like, "No, baby, thanks. The show's over. You got a free show. Humble yourself. Did you have a good time?" And they all thinking this is about to, they all think this is our first date. So that was, I used to slide in DMs crazy.
Okay.
This back in the MySpace days.
Oh, that sounds crazy.
Oh yeah, back in the MySpace. How long you been married? Because I don't want statute of limitations. Got to make sure you.
Oh, I've been married for 7 years, man. About to be 8.
Oh no, okay. You was outside in the MySpace days. You all right?
Nah, I was chefing, man. I didn't get into social media until, man, maybe like 2010, 11.
Okay.
Yeah.
MySpace wasn't social media. It was a way of life.
Yeah, my wife tells me about it. Every mood she in, she had a different song and shit.
Yeah, you change the background. I used to look, I moved to LA right when I was probably 19, I think. So what you would do on MySpace is you could put in a zip code. You put in all your interests. Body type, it'd be like athletic, slim, more to love. That's what they call big people. It was more to love.
More to love. All right.
You put in all your preferences, right? And then you put in a zip code. And then how many mile radius? So you could put a 30-mile radius from this zip code. I moved to LA. I didn't really know nobody, and I didn't go to LA to do comedy, so I didn't know what I was really doing out there. I was just trying to figure it out. So I'd be on MySpace, and I would copy and paste the same message to every woman in a 50-mile radius. Everyone. And then whoever's responding back, we go from there.
Mm-hmm.
But that was way back in the day.
That
was MySpace. That was 0506, baby. You can't hold that against me. I'm a changed man.
Hey, it seems like it though. All right. So I want only comedians that are alive right now for this next question. Who is coming on tour with Lance Woods?
What you mean by who's coming on tour with me? Like if I could make my own tour, who have I been touring with?
Anybody you want. No, you headlining because it's the Lance Woods show. So who's coming on tour, the comedian tour with Lance Briggs? Or not Lance Briggs, sorry. You don't play football.
No, Lance Briggs. A Lance Briggs comedy show would be awesome. If you don't laugh, he tackle you. Yeah. Every time you don't laugh, he tackle you.
Sorry, Lance. Sorry.
Who would I go on tour with? It's so many people, man. Because it's an interesting thing. There's some people. So I travel the world still with Tony Roberts.
Okay.
So actually, we'll be out. We leave Thursday.
Okay.
Right. So working with Tony is always just awesome. Right. Because he's, let me tell it, the funniest person on earth.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And then you mix that with just him being in the game so long, so him kind of knowing how to navigate things and being able to help with certain things if you don't understand certain things as far as how the business go. And then I was also touring with Kev on stage before everything shut down. So I was doing dates with him and To Hear More on that tour. So working with them is always great. And then so we got Black Tea podcast. We call it the Black Tea University. And that's myself, that's BT Kingsley, and that's Mikey Winfield.
Okay.
And if I could tour with them, that would be phenomenal.
Yeah, that sounds like a great tour, man.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So yeah, those are some names, but it's so many more, but we'll just stick with those names for now.
All right. So you ready for this next one? Because we're about to come in hot.
I got two mics. That's how you know I'm really ready. Hold on, pause. There's too many mics in my bed. Go ahead.
Okay, Lance Woods. So I need you to come in hot on a topic. It could be what's on your mind. It could be what's going on in your daily. It could be something that you just thought about last year, but I need you to come in hot.
Oh, you just mean? Oh, I'm just coming in hot
on a topic, any topic you want.
That's gangster.
Yeah, come in hot. I know you ready. I'm
ready. Hold on.
I know you got some.
Ready. No, I'm ready, but I wasn't prepared because I was waiting, yeah, I'm coming in hot. Yeah. And then I was waiting for you, but you nah, come in hot. And
come
I'm
in hot.
Hey, so check this out. You seen Coming to America?
Yes, I did.
What you think about it?
I thought it was a good comedy. It wasn't the best thing in the world, like some people were saying, but I laughed quite a bit. And Eddie didn't look right, but but you know, it was good for what it was.
Check this out. I'm coming. I loved everything about it. When I'm stepping back out of it and I'm saying, yo, I got a lot of people who I've either worked with or called friends who are in that movie. I love to see that, right? And then it's all black. And everything is black.
Yeah.
Louis Anderson is the only non-black person in the movie, and that's only because he was in the first one.
I noticed that.
Yeah, it's everything is black. All of that is dope. My expectations for it were in the proper place once I seen it was PG-13.
Mm-hmm.
Because you got too many dope comics who are like raw. And once I said once it's PG-13, it's like, oh, okay, then it's a family movie. Okay, cool. Then I expect Leslie to be full Leslie or Lunell to be full Lunell or Tracy Morgan or Eddie. It's like, oh no, it's a family movie. So they're gonna go that way. All right, cool. This was my beef with the movie. 30 years later, Eddie never got a paternity test. You ain't take no test? So no, check. You got all the bread. I know they've been coming for your money. Wesley Snipes said he gonna kill you. And now you got a son, Leslie Jones, and Eddie Murphy, and the baby is Jermaine Fowler, and you don't want no test. I'm not saying it ain't yours, but Maury can come to Wakanda.
Yeah.
Or Zamunda.
Mm-hmm.
Paternity test. You gotta take a test.
That. Thank you for bringing that to light because
you got it. Let me tell it. I think paternity tests should be mandatory at all childbirths across the board. Period.
As soon as the baby come out, it's a paternity
test. Wait, stop all that crying. Let me go see if you're the only person that should be crying right now.
Oh,
when the doctor slapped the baby, see if he needs to slap the mama too, because she might have been cutting up. We don't know. We don't know.
Oh my goodness.
And if we be honest, if it was reverse, women would require paternity tests from men if it was possible. It would be a requirement.
Yes.
I think at childbirth, it shouldn't even be a big deal. Yo, just take the little swab, everybody swab. Okay, cool. Before we get to silent stuff, and this is for life.
Yeah.
Prince Akeem should have took that paternity test, or King Akeem, or whatever you want to call him. He should have took that paternity test.
Oh my goodness!
They got to do Coming to America 3 now.
In the building, they got to
Coming to America. They got to do Coming to America 3.
This sort of paternity test comes out.
You gotta take a test. There ain't no way a baby come up 30 years later and you just say, yeah, I mean, things happen.
Yeah. And the dad might have just want a grandson that bad that he told Eddie, hey, there's this chick out here. Go get her son real quick.
Hey man, and there's a whole think piece. There's a think piece that I'm not gonna get into about how the baby came about and how that only works the way they did it. But that's a whole nother conversation.
Okay. Hey, before we get out of here, tell us a little bit about your comedy special coming out.
Oh, hey, man, Lance Woods, Undeniable. Look, I'm gonna show you an exclusive, right? Because they just send me the artwork for it.
Okay. Exclusive right here, coming in hot.
I don't know why I associate that noise with hot.
Sizzling.
It's when you try to bite it. You could just wait for it to cool off. It's not gonna go nowhere.
All right, we got some artwork. Oh my goodness. Looking good there, brother.
Can y'all see it? Can the street see it?
We can see it. We can see it.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about it.
So I shot that at the Guild Theater. We sold out 2 shows, shot them back to back. This is my proudest achievement so far. The fact that it's done. It's not out yet to the masses, but I've watched it several times. I love it. I think the world's gonna love it. We shot it. My man Nick Leisure shot it. Shout out to Nick. You gotta have Nick Leisure on here too. Is this a Sacramento based show?
I try to make it, but it doesn't need to be. No.
Okay.
But that's my next question is who should I interview next? So.
Oh yeah, no, I'll put you in contact with Nick. Nick is dope, but Nick Leisure shot it, and it was just great. The energy was great. It was just a great night, man. And it was interesting because that day I shot it on my birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Also shot it on King's Media Day, so I was at the arena doing Media Day. And then left there and went to shoot my space. It was just like a crazy night of, sometimes you just do something in a day and you're like, yo, my work is paying off. I'm in positions and God's blessed me to be in these fortunate situations. And your work, everyone wants to feel like their work is paying off.
Yeah.
And you're like, yo, my work is paying off. So we shot that. Man, I just can't wait for it to come out. It's we got distribution at the Comedy Dynamics, which is the biggest comedy distribution platform. So it'll be out very soon. I just talked to them yesterday, actually. So they're excited. I'm excited. I don't know exactly what platforms it'll be on yet, but it'll be on major streaming platforms.
Okay. All right. So Lance Woods, thank you so much for being here. Go ahead and plug all your social, your website, everything that you need to do for people to find you.
Oh yeah, Sir Lance Woods. And now let me ask you this, Cecil. What you think about this? My socials is Sir Lance Woods, right? I'm thinking about changing it. I wanted just Lance Woods. I had it on Instagram, but I couldn't get it on Twitter because somebody who ain't tweeted since 2009. Got it.
Yeah.
Right? Whatever. I got Sir Lance Woods on everything. But sometimes because people read the first thing, so people really think my name is Sir. I'll be like, bro, like, no, just no discernment, huh? I mean, I know somebody named Sir, so I guess that's possible.
Yeah. I'm not big into changing handles, to tell you the truth.
Me neither.
Because
that's
people people act like they can't find you.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
That's something.
Because I was gonna put like Lance Woods TV or Lance Woods something else. Lance Woods comedy is too long for Twitter. Twitter has a 15 character thing, and I think that's 16. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah. Say Lance Woods on everything. It's Instagram, that's Facebook, that's Twitter, that's TikTok, YouTube. My Snapchat name is Sexual Charcoal. No, wow. It's for the ladies. Okay. Happy National Women's Day. No, nothing. Okay. And yeah, man, just follow me, man. Stay in tune, get connected, man. I'm always posting something. I'm always trying to entertain and be on the go and do things. So yeah, pull up to the socials, people.
Okay. And when you gonna be on the Kings commentators again? When you gonna be back at the Kings?
I did something last week or 2 weeks ago for the De'Aaron Fox All-Star snub thing. It's a little spotty right now just because everything that's going on. But I mean, I'm still locked in. So, I got ideas. I just have to package the ideas to them properly so we can actually produce the things that I think we could produce. I think we can do they already do a lot of dope stuff and we do a lot of dope stuff together, but I have some ideas for some more dope stuff.
Well, that's awesome, man. And thank you so much, Lance Woods, Sacramento King of Comedy. Thank you so much for coming in hot. Hey, this is your man, Chef Cec from Nash and Proper. Please come and get that delicious sandwich anytime that you're around downtown Sac or any surrounding areas where our food trucks are. This
That's how
is
you know
coming
it's
in
good.
hot.
How you know it's good? When he put an M in sandwich, that's a sandwich.
Sandwich.
That's good eating.
Yeah.
A sandwich.
And check us all out at Nash and Proper. You can holler at me at Chef Cec. You could come to at Coming In Hot on all social media handles. Peace out till next week. See ya.
Sound like I'm on flat.